Messi. Wait, so what is his celebration when he scores?
See the one that points to his head?
I don't think so.
Shows the finger, points to the head.
I don't know a lot about Messi, but I feel like this video can help us because you know what I'm saying we learned a couple things about Ronaldo. Learned some things about Messi. But without further ado, more football content to come.
He isn't who you think he is. Addictions, jail time, a disease that almost killed him? Here's 10 things you didn't know about Lionel Messi. And first, how he spent $40 million just to conquer his biggest fear. Messi's known for spending ridiculous money on exotic cars. Audis, Maseratis, Paganis, even a 1957 Ferrari Spider. But Messi didn't spend hella bread because he liked how the cars looked. He bought them because of a fear he's had since he was a kid, amaxophobia. A quick Google search claims that Messi's disorder causes him to feel anxious or in fear of his life every time he drives or even rides passenger in a normal car. And it definitely didn't help that both Messi's brother and dad were in devastating car accidents. But Messi's known his fear of cars wasn't something he could just not get over. Since he always has to travel, he researched and found that more expensive car brands always have extra safety features and higher quality parts that won't break or smash during an accident that aren't found in regular cars. So to help conquer his fear, Messi spent more money on whips than pretty much any athlete ever, on a car collection worth over $40 million just to keep himself protected. But what Messi didn't know was spending millions made him the target of a heist. August 10th, 2021. Messi had just become one of the most famous people on the planet when he shocked the world and signed with PSG. Because he showed up in Paris out of nowhere, he didn't have a permanent place to stay yet. So for now, Messi decided to stay at one of the area's most prestigious hotels, Le Royal Monceau. But even though this place cost him $18,000 a night, little did he know, this place wasn't as safe as he thought. Thousands of fans knew Messi was in the area. So right when he pulled up to the hotel, fans chanted his name and paparazzi took pics. Now the hotel thought they were prepared for anything. When they upped their security and hired an entire police force to keep Messi protected. But the entire world knew Messi's exact location. And a group of criminals got a tip about when Messi would be leaving his hotel room. They studied Messi for years and knew he always wore expensive timepieces, APs, Rolexes, Jacob & Co. exclusives, watches that would cost tens of thousands of dollars each. The night Messi left his hotel room, the ski mask maniacs pulled up, climbed up the side of the building from balcony to balcony until they found Messi's room, snatched his jewelry and cash, then dipped. Now, of course, cameras caught them, but once Messi found out about the robbery, even though he had police unleash an all-out investigation, the suspects were never found. And they got away with items of his worth $40,000. So no wonder why not long after, Messi moved into a gated castle. Because not only did he want to make sure those criminals never get to him again, he also wanted a safe place to do his secret pre-game ritual that got him cloned? Messi's not much different than the rest of us. Something that's helped him deal with the pressure of being a pro is what he started doing as a teenager. Ever since the first time he picked up a controller, Messi's been hooked to video games. And of course, one of his favorite games was FIFA. But he didn't just play for no reason though. Playing FIFA taught him new moves and helped him become a greater football player in real life. So once he went pro, he influenced his teammates to hop on the sticks with him. And they admitted Messi's not only a competitive player who hates losing, Messi reportedly spends 3 hours or more on his PlayStation after training. Before games, after games, when he's just chilling with his son, Messi's always playing. But Messi's video game ritual isn't just for helping him relax or teaching him new football skills. It's all been a part of his master plan to get himself cloned. Now, even you can be Lionel Messi. Just hop on PUBG and you can squad up with shooters and play football in the middle of a war. Or you can hop on Call of Duty and you can be blowing up teams with your bicycle kicks or lighting up the competition. Messi cloned himself just so you can see life through his eyes. But the truth is, Messi almost never even made it to this point because of a rare disease that ruined his life. Messi was just an innocent kid who loved football so much, his dream was to get good enough to play for a pro club. And he was by far better than everybody his age, so it wasn't long before teams began making offers. But at the same time Messi was chasing his dream, something began feeling off about him, and one day, he was taken to the hospital. Doctors suspected something unusual about Messi's health because his appearance hadn't changed in years.
Shit like this about
and
Ronaldo,
after they ran some tests, they diagnosed Messi with an extremely rare disease. He was suffering from a growth hormone deficiency that caused his body to not grow, which is why he was shorter than almost every kid at only 4'4". Messi's brain was affected by this as well, which slowed down his ability to learn. Now, as life-threatening as it all sounded, Messi was told the disease was curable if his family could afford the treatment. Because the injections would cost between $1,000 and $5,000 every month, there was no way Messi could pay for it. So once football clubs heard that this prodigy's career might be over before it started, they all ghosted him and refused to help in any way. Well, all clubs except for Barcelona. They gave Messi one chance to prove his potential at a workout, and when he came in looking like the most talented kid the scouts ever saw, they wouldn't even let him leave their training ground without signing to their club. So in one of the most historic contract signings in sports history, with a pen and a napkin, they whipped up an entire agreement for Messi to play football for
both
them,
players
and
really
in
found their
return, they
haircuts
paid
as
for
they got
all of his
older.
treatments. But genetic issues weren't the only thing Messi suffered with. He also had a secret addiction that forced Barcelona to redesign their stadium. Messi couldn't stop eating junk food, and he developed an addiction to soda. This man couldn't go a single day without it. Like one day before a match, even though Messi's manager Pep Guardiola told him players weren't allowed to drink soda on game days, Messi grabbed a soda anyway.
Shit was edited so crazy.
But Pep wasn't gonna
So
take
edited.
that type of disrespect. So instead of directly,
You know what's sad about
disciplining
shit like that is that there's people in the world that will see that and believe it. That's the worst shit ever. Like you get like,
That's why they do it.
like you got it. Shit.
It's the same with the scam messages and all that shit. Like, oh, yeah. How many times I've been hit with the same? Oh yeah, like we caught you on the toll. Like you have an outstanding toll bill. It's like, bro, I've never went through no tolls. Like,
Yo, I never
you
went through no
cashing?
tolls with no car that was registered to me, nigga. So how the fuck?
that's what I'm saying. Man.
got every single vending machine in the entire Barcelona facility removed,
gotta be
just so
capped,
Messi
too.
could never drink soda while playing football again. But once
I'm a
soda
millionaire.
companies
How you
figured out
finna
how
tell
much
me what I
attention
can
Messi
and-
put on their drinks, they hired him to become the face of their brands, show off his football skills during Pepsi commercials, and they even gave him his own signature Pepsi can. So even though everybody wanted Messi to give up his addiction, it made him millions. But endorsement deals ain't even what's making the most money for him. And now that we're getting into the top 5 stories of Messi's life, let's take things to a whole new level. Because recently he created something for another universe that's gonna make him billions. Messi wanted all of his fans to own a piece of his life. So with the hype around crypto and NFTs skyrocketing, Messi started designing something that would set a world record. His
Please,
own
no.
NFT collection that represented his proudest achievements, biggest moments, and named it the Messiverse. Once Messi dropped a trailer on Instagram letting the world know his NFT's launch date, it racked up over 32 million views. But things got even crazier when Messi made another post showing what each of the 3 pieces in his collection looked like. Fans all over the world were beyond hyped. So once the NFTs officially dropped, Messi's collection turned into the most expensive sports NFTs in history. On launch day alone, the project completely sold out, making $3.4 million. And the rarest piece of Messi's collection, a one-of-one version of the golden one, not only sold for $1 million, nowadays it's worth over $9 million. But all of that was only made in one day. Messi keeps dropping other limited edition NFTs, and in his universe, he's projected to make over $1 billion. But something you didn't know about Messi making tons of money is that's what got him jail time. Since the metaverse ain't the only way he's been cashing out, he started an Adidas commercial.
Bro, I didn't
He
know
teamed
that.
up
I didn't
with
know
Kobe
this nigga
Bryant
had
in airplane
NFTs and
ads.
whatnot, but-
Messi even sold more jerseys than any
Kobe.
other football player. But even though these deals were making him richer off the
Oh,
field
yeah?
than on it, combining that with paying taxes had him
Jersey
making way
sales
less
going
money than his
crazy.
family felt he deserved. So that's when
Oh.
things turned illegal. Out of nowhere, Messi was put under an intense investigation because Spanish courts noticed something fishy going on with his income. All along, Messi had his dad, George, in charge of all financial decisions. But for years, George was trying to help Messi save as much money as possible, and he thought he found a loophole. George began putting Messi's money into investments outside of their country for him to avoid paying as much in taxes. And some of the millions were tracked down in Belize and Uruguay, places that are considered tax havens, meaning they collect taxes at a lower rate. Messi's money was being sent here for years. Till 2016, Messi made headlines as he was faced with a 21-month prison sentence for tax fraud. Messi and his dad were forced to show up to court cases where they were being charged with defrauding Spain for over $4.1 million in taxes. Messi claimed he had zero involvement in this scandal and that he didn't even know he had to pay taxes at all. But the judge claimed it defies logic that a man making as much as Messi
that don't even make
hundreds
sense,
of
bro.
millions of dollars wouldn't pay attention to where his money's going and found both Messi and his dad guilty. So George was sentenced to 15 months in prison, and Messi was sentenced to 21 months. But thankfully, with all the money Messi saved, he hired a lawyer who was able to fight the charges and got them reduced. Instead of prison, Messi was only fined $255,000. His dad was fined $190,000. And in the end, Messi made a final payment to correct all the taxes he owed, $5.3 million. So Messi saved their reputations.
See, my thing is like, why do all of this if the nigga got it? Just be like, yo, bro, are you gonna pay us? Yeah, oh yeah, I got you right here. $5 mil. What was the point of doing all this? So that you could get the extra 200, 300,000?
Unless like they continue to come after you like monthly or yearly, like, hey, like, you know, your taxes is overdue, like unless it was like that, it's like they know he got it, like, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like this is the same story that they told about Ronaldo, and he was just like, oh yeah, facing jail time, but he ended up paying this and then doing this, and this is like,
nah, yeah, I don't know.
But it was
that would have had me tell you. I'd be like, nigga, y'all did all this for what?
That's ruining planet Earth. Messi constantly has to get from.
This nigga's getting me tight, bro. This nigga's getting me tight. Talking about,
wait, what did he just say about?
Bro, nigga said Messi bought something that's ruining planet Earth.
So Messi saved their reputations that time, but it was recently reported that Messi bought something that's ruining planet Earth. Messi constantly has to get from country to country, but he can't always just whip one of his supercars. So he invested $15 million to buy a private jet. And anytime anybody sees this pull up with his iconic number 10, they automatically know it's Messi's. But that was the problem, because not long after he bought it, it became one of the biggest controversies of his life. Messi had a stalker named Zach Lowy, who not only studied every one of Messi's moves, he kept track of all Messi's flights for months, from June 1st until August 31st.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. They be saying, oh, addicts, rehab, no, nigga. Niggas like you need rehab doing shit like that. Nigga, live your life. Who you worried about another nigga for?
He took 52 trips.
Bro, like, it's crazy when you got this type of fame. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, that's a little bit more than parasocial, bro.
Bro, that's that Taylor Swift, like, Beyonce type of, like, this, bro. That's that Michael Jackson fame, bro.
Nah, Michael Jackson fame is nah. That's a fact. I ain't gonna lie. My nigga said, bro, shorties was looking at Michael and dying. Niggas died looking at Mike. Nah, this is not lying, but like, yo.
But just traveling wasn't the issue.
Shit,
Messi's plane was destroying the environment and released as much carbon dioxide in 3 months as the average French citizen does in a.
Yo, bro, come on, bro. This is y'all niggas is just glazing him at this point, because what about all the niggas that's taking PJs in America? Why y'all just talking about him?
Bro, you know how many millionaires, billionaires?
What about all the other niggas playing football that taking PJs? What, like, I don't get it.
Like, there's niggas that have never touched a commercial flight before.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all talk about Messi. Like,
150 years. So Zach claimed Messi's flights were causing waste to fall into the water, damaging the environment, and destroying the lives of everybody and everything because it polluted the earth with over 1,500 tons of carbon dioxide. But in all honesty, Flights are taking off all over the world every hour. So
that's what I'm saying.
It's not like Messi's purposely trying to cause any tragedies. Just take a look at Messi's Instagram, and you can see he constantly makes posts with the most important girl of his life, Antonella. And you'd think Messi only pulled a girl this bad because he's a superstar athlete and worth hundreds of millions of dollars. But it's actually much deeper than that, where someone literally died just for them to be together. See, Messi and Antonella grew up in the same hometown, and once they met, they got into a relationship and thought they'd be together forever. But when Messi got offers to play football in Spain, he couldn't hold back on his dreams and moved away. Now playing for Barcelona, he figured him and Antonella would never get back together. Till one day, Messi's phone rang, and he found out she was in trouble. It turned out.
Wait, he had a trap phone in a Budweiser commercial? Yo, why? Yo. That's the craziest shit ever. Niggas at the bar picking up the trap phone.
He found out she was in trouble. It turned out her best friend was driving, got into a car accident, and died. So cause Messi knew Antonella was suffering, he hopped on the very next flight and traveled all the way back home just to comfort her. And not only doing that revived the relationship they had as kids. Messi even convinced her to move to Spain with him.
I'm not gonna lie though, this is W's though. He found his shorty before the fame and then reconciliated and then officiated that. That's official. That's real man shit right there.
And they've been together ever since. But would she still be here if another football legend hadn't sacrificed his life just for Messi to become great? Nowadays when you see Messi, he looks happy, fearless, and ready for anything that comes his way.
Everyone
but
just
he's
sacrificing
a
their
completely different
life
person
to
than what he
Jesus.
used to be.
You know what I mean? Like,
During Messi's beginning at Barcelona, he was terrified of the older and stronger competition. And what didn't help is that he was extremely shy, especially towards his teammates. But one of the guys eventually got Messi out of his shell, the legendary Ronaldinho. At the time, he was Barcelona's star player and in the prime of his career. Ronaldinho's award-winning performances had him taking stadiums from half full to sold out. And not only was he the reason Barcelona finally became a winning team, Ronaldinho was something football had never seen before. But as great as he was becoming, and even though many expected him to become a football GOAT, right when he met Messi, everything changed. Ronaldinho felt like this kid not only had potential to become great, but even better than he ever was. And while most star players would have had an ego and just looked at Messi as this young kid, Ronaldinho committed to helping Messi become one of the greatest ever. And ironically, it was Ronaldinho who helped Messi score his first ever goal. But that was the first of many. What Ronaldinho did for Messi after this became one of the most underrated things a superstar athlete's ever done. Ronaldinho took a step back and scored less goals just to help Messi become a star as fast as possible. Ronaldinho even predicted the future by telling another legendary athlete, Kobe Bryant, that Messi was something special. Kobe talked about it and said, Ronaldinho, who was...
Yo, these niggas had Kobe out here in the Barcelona t-shirt. The Bean Kobe.
Kickflicks. You said that someone risked their life. I might see the play.
We want to see who it
in
was.
This story.
I guess you talking about Ronaldinho, dude.
Ronaldinho did not do nothing with his life on the line. For this nigga.
Yo,
but like his career. Game of football. Nigga just capped out his body.
He was a good friend. I was talking with him and he told me, Kobe, look, I'm gonna introduce you to the guy who's gonna be the greatest player of all time. I said, you what? You are the best. But he said, no, this kid right here is gonna be the best. And that guy was Lionel Messi, who was only 17. But just to show the world that all eyes deserve to be on Messi, the final piece in Ronaldinho passing the torch was handing over his iconic jersey number of 10 for Messi to wear. This was an honor that he couldn't take for granted. And he scored 641 goals while becoming one of football's greatest players ever, all because of Ronaldinho's sacrifice. Damn, these football legends are something else, but what they did on the field is nothing compared to what they buy. $250,000 footballs, $1 million metaverse mansions, a $15 million golf course. And from there, it only gets crazier. I know you want to hear more about that.
No, I don't. But
not even a bit.
No, yeah. But, you know, we learned some things about
Pussy.
Messi that I didn't hear anything about his time in the American League. But you know that he's one of them.
One of them that not to even be played with, man. You play with him, man. You better play with your motherfucking mom. You better play with your motherfucking pappy, man. You better play with your motherfucking auntie, man. Play with Messi. Play with your kids. Huh? You know how hard they go about these football player right here?
Who him right here?
Both of them nigga him, but then
Nah, yeah, they be treating that nigga like fucking MJ and fucking Kobe, nigga.
if you really wanted to, you could make moves like I don't even know if Argentina or Portugal got a president, but he can make a move like the top leader of their government, you know? But yeah. More to learn about football. I never got a long way, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you know, we learn more about I don't know who's the next football player we should learn more about.
Who's like currently, you know? Like I want to know who's like currently, like, cause I feel like these niggas play currently still, right? Like in Premier League, like Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Messi plays in America, but I don't know about Ronaldo.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot that nigga play for Miami.
Yeah, he living great, man. I already know the place that he rented out just to stay for his games, man.
Yeah, where he probably that nigga probably stay in the Versace mansion. Yeah.